Activision has filed for an extremely cool patent, so let's take a look as to what might be coming to Activision Blizzard games in the future. Alright guys, before we get into this, my goal is to hit 10k subscribers by the end of the year, and I see a lot of you are new here. If you like daily content, you like these styles of videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright, welcome back to another video, guys. So we know Xbox is acquiring Activision Blizzard, and one of the things that comes with that acquisition is all of their knowledge, technology that is with the company. It's not just the games and the IPs, and we have some information about a new patent that Activision has filed for, which I actually think looks pretty cool. And if they were able to implement this into games going forward, I think a lot of people would like to see this happen. So the title of this patent is called Systems and Methods for Dynamically Generating and Modulating Music Based on Gaming Events, Player Profiles, and or Player Reactions. And what this sounds like it's going to be able to do is it will allow players and gamers to get their own unique soundtracks based on their current circumstances. So I guess whatever you're doing within a game, you're in a high tense situation, you're in a more chill, relaxed situation, certain soundtracks are going to be coming on, certain playlists based on how you're playing the game are going to start playing in the background. And I think that would be super cool to happen if you're somebody who likes to go over long periods, listening to Spotify, listening to music while playing multiplayer games in particular. Something that will be very cool if they're able to implement this into games. And they say here, rather than a standard dynamic soundtrack which chooses from a series of different pre-recorded music tracks based on the situation, Activision's new idea would use AI to generate entirely new music. No idea how that would even work. And if they mean entirely new music, I know this may be a stupid question, but do they mean making literally songs out of nowhere, or do they mean pulling off songs that are currently on that pre-recorded music track base? Either way, that would be something super cool. You probably would be able to experience new songs you've never heard before, and then you can go ahead and just add those to your current playlist when you're playing games. It says here, while many features of video games have become highly customizable, musical elements tend to be standardized across all players. For example, players can customize the aesthetic look of his or her avatar or customize team members in a multiplayer game, but conventionally, it is not able to customize musical elements for different gaming events. So some video games allow for replacements of a soundtrack of a game with a player's own music, but such soundtrack replacement features do not provide for the dynamic change or modification of musical elements specific to a player and based on actual gameplay. The patent explains that the game could take into account a number of factors such as players' current skill level, how well they're playing the game, how they move in the game, and their experience and use of AI to create bespoke accompanying audio. I mean, that sounds absolutely nuts to me if they're actually able to do this. One of the best examples in terms of how I think audio is used very, very well, which I don't think it's enough credit, is in Halo Infinite when you're running through the world and enemies would fly in, you're going over a hill, and that music would kick in to kind of get your adrenaline rushing, making you know that you're going to have to get ready to fight. I thought they did a great job with it. I mean, Halo, in my opinion, has some of the best music in all of video games, and they've always done a great job with their music. But with Infinite, one of the things is their music was something that really added to the experience. And imagine that, but unique every single time you're playing through a game where you get into a situation and it drums up this music that just fits perfectly to what is going on. Definitely will enhance the experience. And it continues on here saying music and audio are areas of potential player customization that may be automated and personalized so that each individual player has a unique experience. Accordingly, there is a need for systems and methods that generate and modulate music unique to individual players, their specific skill level, their experience, and based on one or more gaming events that a player encounters, the player's reactions, the player's response, the player's inputs, and or the player's movement during the gaming events. There also needs to be for systems and methods that correlate generated and modulated music to the player's success or failure during gameplay, and that use the correlation to improve the player's performance in future gameplay. That's something I didn't even think about, but you read that, and music does play a role in how well you are doing in a certain part of a game, or at least definitely the sound of the game. It helps out so much with you progressing. If there's a song that gets you hyped up, they realize that, and it pops in really high stress situations. maybe it'll propel you forward to being able to complete a part of the game that you weren't previously able to complete. It says here, by automating the process of what kind of music is being played and how the music is modulated, the video game may become more immersive, become more enjoyable, and provide players with a wide variety of customizable features in order to enhance the overall user experience. And I mean 100%. If they can customize music, it will enhance the experience of playing the game. It will make the game better for players out there. And then I guess the other big thing here is that this is going to be Activision Blizzard's patent. It is technology owned by Activision Blizzard. If it is something that does make its way over to video games, it will be a part of Xbox Game Studios, and they're going to be able to implement this across all of the games that are going to be coming out. And music, sound effects, stuff like that within games is such an important part of the overall immersive experience. And this patent, I mean, sounds very, very cool. No idea if it's going to be able to get done. No idea how they would do it. But I hope it's something they continue to research and then eventually use it within future games. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this patent. Something you want to see. Do you think it will ever actually come to fruition in terms of making its way into video games? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.